Journal Journey writing prompt number 100. That's right, guys. I've done 100 of these in 100 days. Not always one per day. This notebook, 300 more writing prompts. I originally was hoping to do 300 videos in 300 days, but that's just not something I believe I have time for anymore. Which sounds like, oh, you don't have time for it, but like, being November of 2020 when I'm doing this, having done this since August, if you saw the numbers, probably would have canceled this a lot sooner. But it was as I was getting closer to 100, I realized that it just doesn't make economic sense for me time-wise. I have lots of things I'm working on. I've talked about on this channel. I host the Entertainment Buffet podcast. I am writing scripts. I also work a full-time job. And also I'm trying to produce other content for this channel. Hopefully content that you really, really will latch onto and feel compelled to keep watching. But yeah, it's just this series did not do what I thought it would do. And it's something that I wanted to do as an experiment because some say, oh, you got to do a video all the time. You got to do a video every day. So that's why I'm going to talk to everyone on this channel. Instead of doing more of these, I'm going to look at it from an analytical data point of view. What was it like to put 100 videos in 100 days on one specific gimmick topic? Well, not different topics, but one gimmick and method. Just to see how it does. How much it's earning for me. Will views catch on later and such? So I'm thinking about doing some separate videos as far as maybe 3 months from now, maybe 6 months from now, maybe a year from now, who knows. We're going to do some check-ins and just kind of look back what it was like. Like I said, not necessarily the experience doing it, but more so, did it help Entertainment Buffet at all? You know, did any of you subscribers, thousands of subscribers, tune in? Currently, you're not as much, which is fine. That's totally fine. But it also just didn't catch on in other realms outside of the channel as much as we thought it could. But I wanted to do it as an experiment, and I'm glad I did it. I think I learned a lot as far as pushing myself to constantly not only be thinking, but making decisions and executing and finding patterns, how to make things go by quicker, how to try to do it as fast as possible. I could have just made these all a minute long if I really wanted to, but I didn't want to do that. Some I talked about for 10-15 minutes in a video, some I talked for 2 minutes. But overall, will that help my YouTube channel? Will that help the production company of Entertainment Buffet grow viewership by just having more stuff come at you quicker so that you have more to consume? So far, no. But we're going to look at that data later. I'll even do what other YouTubers do, which is pull up the actual analytics. I'll try to do a spreadsheet that shows you these are all 100 journal videos. This is how much they've earned from ads. This is the CPMs of these. These are the views. And how do they look? Because there are some of these that have been up there since August and some that have been up there obviously only a couple weeks. So it'll be interesting to look at. But let's go ahead and jump into the final writing prompt, which is, if you were going to spend a week away from home and only can bring 3 things aside from a change of clothes, what would you bring and why? Now, I could have thought about this in more of like that TV show Alone, which you can only bring so many items and you have to survive alone in the wild. I'm not going to, go away a week camping. I mean, maybe someday. I don't know if I do it alone, just because it's kind of dangerous and I'm not super equipped in that sense. But just was thinking, if I'm not staying in my apartment, if I could bring 3 things. One would be my laptop. Pretty obvious. Or if I couldn't bring electronics, I would bring a notebook, mainly because I like to be working on things, taking notes, writing. I'm always need something to capture my stuff. Maybe could just be done on my phone by like having another thing to do. Two would be my sleep apnea mask. I have sleep apnea right now. I'm hoping to keep losing weight and maybe not need that anymore, but I have a CPAP mask. And the reason I would bring that if I'm staying a week from home, because sometimes even if I do only a couple days without it, I get really behind in sleep, just because of how my breathing and my snoring does affect my sleep. So, especially because I've been using it for over a year now, if I were to take it away for a week, it would be a miserable week. There was one time I had to do that where I was waiting for the refills for new parts of the equipment that were going bad, and it was a miserable time. So I'm not doing that again. I would bring my laptop or notebook, CPAP mask, and then I guess I would bring something to read, maybe a comic book. I don't know. Yeah, that's just what I'm going to say right now. But for those who have watched episodes of Journal Journey, I thank you. But I am officially now ending Journal Journey. And there are 200 more writing prompts. Buy the book, 300 more writing prompts. I'm not a sponsor. Bought it at Target just to help, cause ideas. But I'm closing the book like I just did. I'm done with that. Now, if you want to see me analyze what I did with this as this experiment, how it helps me or didn't hurt, maybe it hurt my channel. I don't know yet. I may be at this time going through and unlisting all of these and just making it a playlist that you can maybe find. Who knows? I'm not sure yet. Still deciding. Either way, it's been a wild ride, and I wish you well.